Hello there, you amazing internet and you beautiful creatures of the beyond. We are going to make a new crest. And I've made a new general shape, as usual. Now I'm thinking we're going to do this metallic in nature, which is gonna be tricky because I'm not super good at metallic stuff. I have some references on the side for surfaces and so on, and for glints and what have you. And we'll see what we can manage with this. But I think this looks like an interesting basic shape. Initially I was thinking like a shuriken or a blade or I don't know, something like that. We shall see. We shall see. What's gonna be more difficult, I think, is gonna be this edges here that needs to be softened up, and we shall kind of get an idea later on. So the way I did this, I separated this into multiple parts, and this one like so, and then we have a general shape underneath, which I should probably put another color. Let's make it as a red. Well, no, let's leave it as it was. I don't want the bleeding edge out. As for this, we shall see, because I had some ideas, but I'm not yet sure. I was thinking something like ribbons or flags or something. I don't know. Something. We shall figure it out. And here in the center, this everything is comes in free in this game for some reason. I don't know. But we shall imagine some stuff. Mm. So first things first, I want to register the fact that the interior is a bit lighter than the exterior, because technically this is in the interior is kind of receiving more light while the exterior is losing a bit of light. So let's say that the light is coming somewhere from above, like right how we're looking at the image right now. We are the sun and we are implementing all our rays and sunshine on this object. So of course it bleeds more internally than externally, because of the reflection and so on. So, 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 so. How would we go about this? First of all, I think the most obvious stuff should be to get ourselves a guideline here. So we have a center. Then what I would actually do, I think I'm gonna separate this. Hmm? Yeah, I think we should separate them because I made them as in V's, but I did not foresee the fact that maybe we will want some distinction between these two. Actually, we don't even need to separate them. We just need to create a duplicate. Ah. So I just duplicate this, I take this, and bam. It's okay. We're not gonna bother too much with this right now. We're just giving distinctive colors. And let's see you with you and you. Perfect. And I think we should do the same for these two, shouldn't we? I think we should. And in that case, I should make something larger. And I should duplicate it. And then I should duplicate this and combine it with this. And duplicate this and combine it with this. Perfect. Perhaps make them... What? Why are you not reacting? Oh, I see. Yeah, whatever. It works. When it works, it works. When it doesn't, it doesn't. So, okay, we have this distinction here now. The next step, I think we should try to define the indentation because this comes at an angle. So when it is joining between them, they're kind of welded in. It takes a sharp edge angle here. So this should be more predefined. So in this case, we're going to take the same color here and here just for some we don't know, for something, and this is gonna be complicated. How do we go about doing this? I could make it as a single line, but technically I think we should start something a bit like this and go in a sort of a triangle like this, then like this because of the angle. We're gonna move a slight bit like this, then like this, and again from the angle we come something like this. Maybe this angle needs to be a bit wider. I'm thinking more wide. I don't know. Well, perhaps far more wider than this, so it becomes, because this is, we have to understand this in the game will look a bit more oh, that's too much. Oh, that's again, need to zoom in. Hey, just this one. And this one we want to keep you somewhere. Meh. Oh, come on, just whatever. Nobody's gonna notice. How are they going to know? Hmm? How? Okay, and this one a bit larger as well. So yeah, and now I'm thinking maybe I should separate this in two as well. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Maybe this one larger. First of all, let's make this a bit of a different shade. So we get an idea of how it looks in the big picture. Yeah, not too shabby. I think that will fit our purposes quite right. Although I still think we should pull these two together here. The angle needs to be just right. We don't want to deform it too much. But to show that there is like an inclination due to the slope. Yeah, yeah, I think that looks better. Um, maybe, just maybe a tiny bit less thick, like so. Is that too much? It's always difficult to know with this. I think it's okay. If we're gonna look something like, the crest is going to look something like this, so I think it should be okay. I think we can also mask it with some of the background. We shall see. So first things first, we're going to duplicate this and we're going to combine it with this. Okay. I'm gonna move it slightly under. I'm gonna duplicate this, and I'm gonna take this, duplicate this, take it with this, and combine it. And there we go, we have two pieces now. And I'm keeping this for the original as the long size in case we really need to do something recoverable. Now, I'm a bit too close to the screen. I should stay a bit back. Just a bit. So, I don't know. This should be a bit darker, I think, and some blur wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I like the blur. Maybe this is too much blur. 10? 10 is enough? No, 20 is enough. Yeah, 20 is enough. And now, what I would do here would be take a gradient. And if I could select what I'm trying to gradient, that would be even better. So I'm gonna go like this. And I'm gonna enable this, and I'm gonna push it to be much more darker down here, up here, and lighter towards the end. But on this other side, maybe this should be not so thick now if I think about it. Okay, no, this is not gonna work. Or is it? Yeah, it's not gonna work. Let's undo the blur. Let's delete this and let's make it a bit thinner. And I'm gonna push really hard on this. And we're going to use a mask. Because the blur is going to expand it anyway, so we're going to fix this really quick. Okay, something like this and like this. And I think that should, no, it's not working perfect. More, we need more angling. As I said, plotting takes a lot of time. Yeah, this looks much better now. And I'm gonna just push it 10%, let's see. Or still 20? I don't know, 20 looks weird to see through. 10 should be enough. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna duplicate this. For now, I'm just gonna disable it. And we are going to take this, put it on top, transform it into a clipping mask. Select this, and well, it's only one thing, so I don't think we're going to modify it too much. Yeah, I think that did the trick quite well. Let's see how the gradient looks here. Everything all right? Well, it looks all right. Okay, let me re-enable the other one. So you are going to be doing the exact same thing, but in this case, we're going to take you, duplicate it, transform it into a clipping mask, oops, and select with this one, set le clip, and voila. Yeah, this looks quite okay. I don't think I'm gonna change anything. This has to be a bit lit up anyhow. Actually, perhaps I am going to change something here. I'm gonna reverse it. Yeah. Well, maybe it's too strong, so I'm gonna push it a bit lower. Much better. I think the division is there. We're going to do some trickery of the light here as well. Witchcraft of ours. Maybe too much here. Let's try to push it. Yeah. And we're going to play with this with lights and shadows or something. So let's try that. So since I know this one is already part of this, I'm trying to figure out how should we do it. There are two ways. We can use gradients, but the problem with gradients, well, in this case, I don't think it's a bad idea, but because gradients only go in a certain direction. So for example, if I set it like this, okay, and we say I want this to be a bit shinier, and then I go here and I take the same sort of color as this. Um, Something like this. And then we go and add more stuff. Like for example, maybe we want to do some shiny things over here. And we push the shiny, you see? We already have an issue because everything has to follow the same exact pattern. And this is a curve. This is a curved surface. So technically, well, we could get away with this, but I think it looks too obvious. So what I'm gonna try to do, first of all, let's remove the gradient. Boink. Oh, I didn't know it can do that. Apparently it can. It's smart. It's a smart gradient. Hey, don't pick up on the gradient. Um, so let's use the same colors. We're going to use mask and do some trickery of our own. So I'm going to leave the base color as this. And then I'm going um, to add something here. So let's try to figure out how it's going to look. I'm thinking something like this. And without the edge. And we're going to use the same. Hey, what you doing? Ah. So we're using the same color, but I'm gonna try to be, I don't know, a bit on the light side. And maybe we're gonna push it more inwards, like this. So I'm gonna create it as a group, putting this in a group. And then I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna create it as a mask. I know it's going over here, but that's not a problem because we're going to lower it. So we have selected this to set clip. Bada bim bada boom. And there we go. And now, since we have this here, oops, we want to add, oh come on, a gradient. And the gradient should be something like this. I don't know. Maybe if we're going in the angle, something more like this. And I think this should help us. So I'm gonna push it a bit darker, something like this. Then how should we approach this then? This one we should try to push it more darker then. Maybe full dark. Let's try full dark. See how this goes. Yeah, that looks much better. Somehow that fits. So this one is slowly creating the gradient. Maybe I'll put it in more of an angle. So we should be all right here. And I think we could add an extra one around here. Just, we can play around, then we can move them however we wish. Let me just go into the correct group. Find the group. So if I'm gonna add something similar, maybe we should do it still in an angle. Something like this. Okay. Okay. And again, gradient. If we have issues, we shall have to push this more. Oh, I don't know. Maybe this one should go a tiny bit darker. No, that's too much. We still need to add the same thing we did here on this side and this side. Many decisions, and for now I'm trying to keep it as simplified as possible. Excuse me. And perhaps we're going to do the same here. So in this case, I'm gonna take... But should we do it here though? Or am I putting too much detail inside? Let's do something different. Let's put this one something more like this. I don't know, I have outline, but whatever. I'm gonna duplicate this. We're gonna make you a mask and set. Oh, wait, group it first. And now set clip. Now with this one, we can even just do a blur. Maybe reduce the opacity a bit. I don't know, something like this. Maybe even smaller. Doesn't need to be too big. Maybe the angle should change a bit. And we can also add a gradient on this itself. So that could also help us. But right now as it stands... there are some other things we could do. But I'm not entirely sure how to approach it. For example, we could try to do something like, am I in this? Like so. And we're gonna use the same thing, and we're going to blur it. And I don't know how much blur we should use. But we're creating kind of this bleeding edge. And we can apply this same effect over here. Am I still in the group? No, I'm not. Something like so. Doesn't need to be perfect, but we shall see. Yeah, something like so. It already blends in with the rest of the color there. So we're creating this effect here. And in this case, what if we do something like this? And then we push in the middle here a bit more of a darker color, like this. And we're pushing it quite this is problematic over here. Mm, 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 mm. No, 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 just no. And we're gonna apply then the same trick, but that we applied on this side. Let's see, we want to be in this group and we want something, I don't know, like this. And darker, more blurred. Oh, that's too much. Be less opacity. And we can push it even more generously to the edges in however angle we wish. Maybe a bit more to the left. You can even rotate it. Perfect. I see, I see, I see. I like it. Maybe some more blur. Let's go 50. And this one is on top. So we need to put it at the end. That way it goes underneath. I don't like this. Let's fix this. What? This is weird. What's happening? Oh, I had the. I didn't realize I had an outline. My mistake. Well, good, good, good. It's not perfect, but it does look better than it used to look before. Besides, this is the interior, so the interior doesn't shine so much. It's the exterior we're going to apply most of the glint and reflection and so on. Maybe on this side as well. So perhaps the light is going from the top. I'm thinking like in terms of how it look better. The top should be more lit up, and this interior part should be more lit up as well. And the interior is going to look a bit darker. Oh damn. Yeah, I have to take an emergency call, so I'll have to cut this one short. But I'll probably work in the background, and tomorrow when we start the new session, I'm gonna advance so we don't spend so much time on doing the same things internally. And then tomorrow we're probably going to play with these ribbons or whatever they're gonna be. I don't know. We shall see. The curious shall find what's gonna happen. You guys stay awesome. Catch you in the next episode. Bye 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 bye.